Hey everyone, Joe here from Sane Mystic. The Kabbalistic Tree of Life, which is something we've been talking about a little bit now, can be a pretty large and intimidating subject, and sometimes it's better to approach it kind of from far out and get more into the details as we go. So there are four larger concepts I wanted to talk about right now that will hopefully help you to understand things more as we talk about them later. The first thing is Ein Soph. So Ein Soph in Hebrew means roughly limitless. So if you look at the tree of life, the diagram with the 10 spheres, above the top sphere, sometimes you'll see an arch or even 3 arches. That arch is Ein Soph. Ein Soph can be thought of as the unknowable essence of God. So when people talk about the unknowable God, that's what they're talking about. It's not something you can interact with. It's not something we can understand from our human perspective with our human minds, but it is the limitless potential from which things came. And that limitless potential is existing in a place where there are no things. Okay? So I'm not going to get any deeper into it right now. We can do another video about it later. I just wanted you to kind of understand what that was. That is where the tree emanated from. All right, the next thing is the tree of life itself. So what is the tree of life? The tree of life is a map of creation and also a map of our own individual human consciousness. And that is true, at least from a Hermetic standpoint, because as above, so below, as within, so without, right? And we're approaching the Kabbalah from a Hermetic perspective. I'm not Jewish, I'm not a rabbi, but I am a Hermeticist and a practicing occultist, and that is kind of the lens through which I'm viewing these things. The tree of life is made up of 10 spheres called Sephiroth, which are divine emanations. Those are all connected by paths, and they all lead down to the final sphere, Malkuth, which is here. It's Earth. It's our physical experience. Now, speaking of the Sephiroth, that's our third thing that we're going to talk about right now. The Sephiroth are the spheres on the trees. And those are, on the larger level, divine emanations that came down from the Ein Soph, one after the other, all the way down to Malkuth, physical existence. And on a smaller level, they represent aspects of our own consciousness. And these are aspects of ourselves and also aspects of divinity with which we can interact. So that's what the Sephiroth are. And we'll get deeper into those in another video because there's a lot there. And last thing is a concept called Tikkun Olam. So Tikkun Olam basically in Hebrew means roughly repairing the world. So we'll get into that in another video too, because that's actually part of the practice of Kabbalah. And if you can think of the Sephiroth on the tree, the spheres, as vessels, like clay pots, say, when the divine emanated its light into those things initially, it was too much and they broke. So the tree of life that we see and work with now could be considered to be a second try when the divine got it right and the vessels held. But when those vessels broke, in this metaphor, they trapped divine light within them. And the practice of Tikkun Olam, whether on a large level or a small level, is freeing that divine light from those shards and returning it back to the source. So those are the 4 concepts I just wanted to touch on very briefly before we dove any deeper into this, just to hopefully help everything else to make a bit more sense as we go. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Feel free to sign up for more videos. Talk to you soon.